The slow burn proximity that keeps your heart suspended in decades of unspoken longing is not merely a friends to lovers trope for delayed gratification, but a profound archive demanding you confront the parts of yourself that have been conditioned to equate safety with silence and confession with catastrophe. And true intimacy requires not waiting for perfect certainty through strategic patience alone, but integrating the weight of your own desire until love becomes an act of radical honesty rather than performative preservation. In Close to You, Nissa Renzo transforms the age gap friends to lovers romance into precise exploration of relational sovereignty and embodied accountability, proving connection isn't found in maintaining the status quo. It's forged in honoring the person beneath the friendship when every social expectation demands you remain either loyal companion or reckless disruptor. From shared coffee and familiar silence narration, listeners enter worlds where time is syntax and presence is the only unbreakable vow, perfect for fans of emotionally intelligent contemporary romance where female complexity defies patient waiter or impulsive risk binaries. When Alara Vance finally voices feelings she's carried for years, expecting to shatter their foundation, she discovers Julian Thorne's quiet recognition mirrors the exact suppression he's endured beneath decades of curated restraint, and his refusal to enforce nostalgic boundaries creates space for connection defying temporal hierarchy. Navigating shared history and buried attractions, Alara realizes this closeness isn't about disruption, but recalibration, with Renzo avoiding reducing Alara to pining heroine or Julian to oblivious anchor, instead crafting radical reciprocity within constraint, where trust is earned through honoring limits even as longing blurs them. And audiobook narration amplifies this alchemy by capturing Alara's disciplined composure softening into clarity, and Julian's guarded intensity revealing warmth beneath vigilance, making listeners feel seismic shifts of souls learning some bonds can only be claimed when you stop letting duration define their validity. What elevates this beyond typical slow burn fare is portraying enduring intimacy as somatic practice rather than romanticized endurance, with Alara confronting how relationship culture equated worth with stability, while Julian creates sanctuary where her contradictions exist without diminishment, their relationship evolving through shared silences during familiar routines, bypassing performance, rhythms protecting both emotional integrity and psychological safety, and mutual defense against friends mistaking tenderness for betrayal, supported by fellow survivors encoding suppressed grief, elders carrying intergenerational weight, and their shared history itself absorbing decades of unspoken bargains, reinforcing that in extraction-based systems, tenderness toward process is technique, and presence is sustainable resource, with confession rituals mirroring emotional attunement and surrendered hesitations becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive descent into sacred authenticity, with narrators embodying Alara and Julian with remarkable distinction, sound design anchoring existential stakes through distant rain against windows, familiar creaks of shared spaces, and hushed breath syncing with moments of clarity, pacing mirroring revelatory cadence from deliberate reflection to surging awakenings, ultimately redefining friends to lovers romance by centering female epistemology within temporal frameworks, and affirming that sometimes the most powerful act is choosing to speak on your own terms, honoring whole self even in landscapes shaped by silence.